Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am pumped because today I'm going very rogue. We are off the tracks. We have taken a sharp left turn because we are reviewing the Oakley Meta Vanguard sunglasses. I'm pretty pumped about these because I'm looking for something that I can wear during my runs and be able to capture the scenery. I have so many thoughts because I will be running a race or just taking a long run with a beautiful scenery, and I don't really want to pause, stop, take out my phone, and plus finagling the running belt is not always that easy. So being able to do that directly from my face, I'm excited. I've never tried a smart glasses situation. Obviously, Meta's been coming out with different variations of glasses recently that have the ability to take pictures, take videos, you can ask it questions, you can listen to music and all that fun stuff. What I'm excited for is using it for something that I would need to do in many different situations, whether it be hiking, running, honestly walking even. Let's go ahead and unbox these here together. This is my first time seeing them in person, and let's chat about all of the things that these glasses can and will do. Okay, so you can see here they come in a really durable, sturdy case. Obviously, it's going to be a bit on the larger side, primarily because due to the size of the glasses, but also it is a charging case. They need to be able to fit inside of the case in order to charge, not just for transportation needs. Ow. Guys, has anyone ever just gotten off of a couch and had an injury from existing? Because I got off the couch a little bit ago and something happened with my back where I'm turning and I'm in pain. I don't know what's wrong. So bear with me if I seem a little bit robotic. Just keeping it real here. Guys. Color, nobody's surprised in literally color nothing because there isn't a color here, but I went with the most neutral option I could pick. I had a very hard time choosing between the different colorways. They do come in 4 different colorways. There's like a pinkish purple color, an orangish gold color, a blue color, and then the black. But I wanted neutral because I figured this will go with everything that I wear, no matter what. All the different lenses have slight variations in light transparency, so they can have certain pros and cons depending on what you're using them for. So I did want to take that into account as well. Let me show you these up close. Look at those. They are so sweet looking. Whew. I was so reluctant. It's funny because when I went to the store to try these on, I tried these on last. I was confident that I was going to pick a fun and spicy color. I was like, we're not going neutral. We've been there, we've done that, we do that with all of our running shoes, but I saw these on the woman next to me trying them on, and they looked so badass that I decided we need to give these a try. So let's put them on, and I was pleasantly surprised. So I'm gonna put them on here. They are big. I will say I don't look good in a lot of sunglasses, but this is more for functionality than it is style, okay? So we're gonna preface it that way, but they are pretty big. That was the one thing that was a little bit reluctant about, but understandably so. They need to be able to have the technology to do all of the different things that they're capable of, which we're gonna talk about. So look at this. I feel like I look pretty cool. I think this is cool. I am pumped because I am doing a 2-part review for this. This is the initial kind of overview, all the things it does, all the technology that's involved with this. And then also I'm going to go ahead and do a 2nd part review. That is going to be my first run in these. Now, if all goes according to plan, maybe I'm crazy, but I wanted this to be a really sweet experience. So I'm going to be running in these for the first time during my upcoming half marathon. What I want to do is be able to speak to them after a long, very fun, high energy race in a beautiful city that I'm so pumped about. And I'll be able to capture all the different videos and pictures along the journey and share them with you guys to let you know what my thoughts were. Let's go and talk about initial thoughts. So looking at these, they're out of my comfort zone for how they look, but I will say, I think these look pretty cool. I mean, I'm picturing this with a really sweet, all black outfit with a pop of color on your feet. I think that would be, chef's kiss. But right now, obviously, I'm just wearing very neutral colors. Shocker. They're very comfortable on my head. They are supposed to be really, really good at staying still depending on any kind of sports activity you are doing. They are meant to be put to the test. They are meant for you to go and move, do anything from cycling to mountain biking to running. You could play some football with them, all of the different things. They can really handle it all. I picked out, like I said, the Prism Black lenses, as you can see here. And these are really good for light conditions, which is really my main priority because I wanted to use these outside during my runs primarily. These do have 11% transparency, so that means that they are on the darker side. So they are really going to be good for that everyday outdoor running. I don't know that this would be my choice for something such as mountain biking, depending on the overall kind of location. And if there's a ton of tree coverage and shading, it's going to probably be a little bit dark and hard to see. But for something that's going to be pretty bright and sunny, there should be some solid coverage here. The other colors can range all the way up through 20%. So that's going to be better for some of those a little bit of darker conditions. Now, from looking at these, I'm inside right now, so it's sort of dark considering. And I don't feel that I have any issues seeing. I mean, sometimes I'll put on sunglasses inside. Don't know why, just throw them on as I'm heading out the door. And I do notice that it is hard for me to see through them. Now, I don't feel that that is the case with these. I'm not really sure if there's like a pretty typical transparency for sunglasses, but overall from putting these on, I feel like this is going to be really good for what I'm looking to use them for. All 4 of these different colorways are a part of the Prism lens technology that Oakley uses, and they're good for all different types of outdoor activities. They're really supposed to be strong at enhancing color and contrast and helping you see all the details more clearly. These are a one size fits all. Now take that as a grain of salt. I do have a larger head and they do seem to fit me pretty well. I definitely have noticed there are certain sunglasses that do feel a little bit too compressed around my head due to the fact that my head is a tiny bit larger maybe than the average head. The lens width is 55 millimeters. The bridge width is 152 millimeters. And the temple length is 120 millimeters. So that kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of the sizing of these glasses. The nose is adjustable, so if you are concerned about too much compression or restriction around your nose, you are able to minorly adjust that. It seemed to fit mine pretty snugly, like not too uncomfortable. It's got a very nice, you're not gonna be able to see it too well probably, but a really nice rubber grip around the nose too. So that's going to really help prevent slipping. I've noticed that if I'm ever wearing very standard pair of sunglasses when I'm out walking, if I start to sweat, they start to slide down my face when they have that plastic nose bridge there. Now this is going to be very secure. So I am pretty pleasantly surprised. I didn't really realize that the first time I ever tried them on. Meta AI does sync with Garmin and other apps as well. So if you do have a Garmin watch, you will be able to directly sync those. You can ask it all kinds of different questions. You can ask it about your pace and so on and so forth. So that's a really cool feature. I do have an Apple Watch, so unfortunately there is a disconnect there, but it can sync to various apps. So I'm not really concerned about that. I'll be able to get it kind of aligned with my different health apps and all that fun stuff. It's just not going to sync directly to my Apple Watch. Obviously, it's Wi-Fi and Bluetooth enabled, so you are able to interact with it. And as long as you have a device on you that is compatible, you can have it change different music, different playlists, and so on and so forth. So what I'm excited about for this is that I won't need a pair of headphones with these because when I'm running, it has built-in speakers to play the music directly into my ears. The fewer the gadgets, the better. The speakers are around the temples of your head, so it is supposed to be a very good quality sound that's just having a good balance with giving you enough sound that will funnel into your ears, but not being too loud where others around you are going to be having that bother them or they're going to have that interference. It's pretty good at compartmentalizing where the sound is kind of funneling, if you will. I know that I've talked to people who have the Ray-Ban version of this, and there have been times where they were listening to music and I had no idea until I got really close to their head. So that's pretty cool. And it'll be nice too because I do find that sometimes when I'm running with headphones in, I mean, this is maybe going to be kind of gross, but I feel like the more I'm sweating, it feels like it's kind of making them more wedged in my ear almost, where it's harder for me to hear external sounds. Now, for safety reasons, I think it is important to have some sort of transparency when you're listening to music when you're on a run. So I'm excited to be able to have this where I have my ear is accessible and I can hear my surroundings, but I'm still getting that music and high energy that I need. This will really put me to the test because you guys know how passionate I am about my Thunderstruck song playing when I am running. So I need to make sure that this quality is on point when I'm running to be able to get in the zone because we are working for a PR. The camera here, this is so cool. Look at this up close. You can see the camera lens at the very top bridge of the nose right there. So this is going to be able to take any kind of pictures and videos. And it's an ultra wide 12 megapixel camera. So it's a pretty high quality camera considering it's such a tiny little device here. I'm pretty excited to see what the outcome is from different pictures and videos. Just, again, mostly excited the hands-free point of view. So I can be on my run and I can say, hey Meta, take a picture, and then point my body to where I want the picture, or hey Meta, take a video, and then I can do a little scan of my environment. So it's really just kind of capturing the moment with me directly in it. So it just feels more engaging and less distracting too. I'm pretty excited to be able to capture some moments during my race without having to take my phone out because I cannot risk having any time deficits from being distracted. The memory on these is 32 gigabytes of storage. That can be over 500 photos or over 130-second video clips, or a combination of the two. So a pretty solid amount of storage here. Like I was thinking about the speakers, there are 2 custom-built speakers around the temples. Kind of see them. It's a little hard in this lighting, but you get the gist here, okay? So that is the speaker situation coming out of the bottom here, and the top section too. Kind of see it right through there. Another cool feature is these are built tough, so they are really meant to be able to sustain elements such as dust, such as wind, such as water, because you want to be able to wear something like this in all those different kinds of conditions because they're meant to be used outdoors. So there actually is a rating system. So it's an IP67. So what that means is it's sweat, dust, and water resistant. IP stands for ingress protection. These are also built to be able to sustain when you're interacting with it through the microphone up to 30-mile-per-hour winds. When you have a lot of that extra sound, you can still interact with it and it's not going to be able to have it be an issue, which is really great because again, with all the different conditions that you could potentially be experiencing, you don't want anything to interfere with your ability to ask it to do the most basic things that it's meant to do, like play your music, like tell you how fast you're running, and taking pictures and videos, so on and so forth. Like I said, this is a charging case here. This will help with 36 additional hours of charging time when you have it plugged into the case. The glasses, when they're not on the charger, can support up to 6 hours of continuous music play. So for most people, that's gonna cover you a full marathon and then some. So definitely have nothing really to worry about in terms of the amount of time that you're going to be able to use these for. And if you don't have continuous music playing the entire time, it can hold up to 9 hours of charge. So I would say that's a fair amount. The case can charge these glasses within 75 minutes to a full charge. I don't think that's that bad. I honestly feel like after you've done an activity, when you're getting ready to go shower and get ready to go out about your day, throw them on the charger. That's what I do with my Apple Watch all the time. When I'm done with my workout, I throw it on the charger while I'm getting ready and everything. And then by the time I'm done, it's fully charged. So I don't ever have any issues of not having these types of devices available at their fullest charge for me. I haven't turned it on yet, obviously, so I just accidentally turned it on. So we're gonna be able to play with that a little bit here. So this does have a Meta AI app as well that you can use to support it. You can manage your glasses from that. You can dial in your different settings. You can share your different action shots or videos, unlock new features, get additional tips and tricks and all that fun stuff. It does come obviously with the charging case, but then also with a cleaning cloth as well. And then of course directions, because we all know, as I just accidentally turned these on, we need directions to figure out how to use these glasses. All in all, I'm pretty excited to try these sunglasses out, and I'm excited for you guys to get your hands on them as well. Of course, like I said, this was just a video introduction of the glasses to tell you all the different fundamentals, all the things it's capable of doing, and share a high-level overview of my initial thoughts. But what we will be excited to check back on, and I hope everyone does, is my part 2, which I will link to this video when I have completed it, is actually trying it out during my half marathon and seeing if these are the key to getting my next PR. Follow along to learn more, then I will share with you my final thoughts if these are Thunderstruck worthy sunglasses. Stay tuned. Let me know what you think.